Good Monday evening, everybody. How you doing? I'm Manny Vitale, host of My Fight Our War, and just gazing out the window, and it's just a beautiful. It was a beautiful, beautiful day, and a beautiful night, man. It was in upper 60s, low 70s during the day. Got to enjoy the Harley, and now, I mean, it is well. You saw I went on earlier, me and the Wonder Dog, and let's we got Groot. Now we got.
Hey.
Wait a minute.
What?
I don't like that. There we go. Um, we had Susie the Wonder Dog out there on the balcony enjoying that beautiful, beautiful day today. And now this just, I love the fall. I think I've said that like all the time. Just love the
He
fall.
does.
And just a beautiful night. Right off the bat, just to let you know that one thing I have learned with this wonderful world of social media is expect the unexpected. That shit happens.
Go with the flow.
And just deal with it, man. It's all good. And tonight we were going to have my nephew, Strongbow Lone Eagle Bo, come on here and shoot the shit with us and let us know what's going on in Connecticut. And he did his best, but unfortunately, we are going to reschedule it. And once we get everything nailed down, we will announce when it's going to be. But yeah, so you're just stuck with us, man. Sorry, but anyways, few things before we get going is today is Monday.
Yes, it
October the 13th.
That's true.
It's also, if you're in Canada, with our family, with our brother Jim Leibel over at Talking Trash. He's probably stuffed right now because why? It's Thanksgiving
Dan and
in
Donna,
Canada.
right?
Also here in the States, we are dealing with Columbus Day.
Okay.
And I just saw on the news, which is something I would love to go to down at in Detroit at Hart Plaza. It's Indigenous Peoples Day. And man, I tell you what, seeing that goes right along with those shows that I love watching on the Discovery Channel and on National Geographic with Life Below Zero, Yukon Men, and it's basically about the indigenous people, the Athabascan, the
because that is what they call Athabascans, right? That's what we would have called Alaskans or Eskimos, actually.
Yeah,
I wonder where that name came from.
Yeah, they go with the Athabascans and the indigenous lifestyle, and yeah, man, I tell you what, I could watch those shows, Life Below Zero, and especially when it gets in. Some of it is people who just, they're like, screw this as far as the states, the lower 48, and they just want to get away. They go to Alaska to live off grid, live off the land, man. And people sometimes look at them like they're crazy. No, sometimes I look at all of us like we're the ones that are crazy, not them. And their lifestyle, I absolutely admire them so much. The families, the different cultures, Donald, the different towns.
Donald loves Life Below Zero.
I'm telling you, Donald, it is the best. I mean, some of these families are literally living in like a one-room cabin. Yeah. And the one family that I really love, it's the husband and wife, and they've got 7 kids, or there's, I think, 5 kids. I think there's 7 total, or it might be 7 kids.
I think it's 5 girls and 2 boys.
Yeah,
isn't it?
But
I think.
But they're all these little kids, man, and their community, their village that they live in, and this is current times. This is right now. They have the ones who are in the village, in the individual homes, who are the providers. They are the hunters. If you're hungry, no, you're not going down the road to McDonald's or to the pizza. No, man, here's your gun. go get dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Some caribou. There's a moose. There's some, here's a snare. Here, go get some rabbit. There's this one episode. This one of the son Joey. They're showing them in the dark days in Alaska, where, I mean, here it is. It's kind of dusk for a few hours, like 2-3 hours, if that, and then it's just pitch black again in the middle of the day. And he said, I just wanted to surprise my mom. So there he is with like 3 or 4 5-gallon buckets, and it's dark as can be. It's below zero. And here he is out on the Yukon River, chopping through 4 feet of ice to get to the water so he could take it to his mom and dad so they could do cleaning, do dishes, eat, cook. I mean, it's like, here, you want some water? Here's an axe. Here's a bucket. Go to the river. You want to turn the heat up? Here's a chainsaw. Go out to the woods. Make sure the wood pile's stocked. Mm-hmm. But more than that, like I said, I love it when they show them and they're out hunting and they, bring down a big animal like a moose. I mean, they're just huge. These caribou and whatever it is. Of course, they're happy. But one of the first things they say is, this is going to help our village so much. This is going to really take a load off the minds of our elders for food to stock their freezers. I mean, the immediate thought was of the family, the village, the community. It was never about themselves. And I just admire that so much. And then the one guy was talking, he goes, some people look at us like we're poor, starving people. He goes, are you kidding? The way we eat, the food that they eat puts our food to shame with all the chemicals and stuff. These are salmon, king salmon. They're coming right out of the river that God knows what you'd be paying for in these high-end restaurants and all that. And here they are, eating that. The meat from these caribou and I love the family, the whole thing. You guys know that.
And Donald said the guy Bob that passed away was great to watch. I think he had cancer.
Yes, that was one of the shows. I think that was Northern Territories. Bob, he was a bush pilot, a trapper. I mean, this dude, and he ended up giving his trap line to that young kid who was out there by himself, and his sister's a nurse. She comes out there. They use the dead salmon when they come in and spawn, and not only that, they came around with the other salmon, but Donald, they use them for their dogs. Mm-hmm, Jim, happy Thanksgiving, Jim Leibel. Jim, since you're there, OG has a question for you.
Oh yeah, what was that line regarding if somebody has to go tinkle to the bathroom? Is it spend a penny, leave a penny? I forgot what it was. I just know it had something to do with a penny.
Something to do with a penny.
That's all I remember.
It's been driving her crazy.
I've been saying, leave a penny, spend a penny, buy a penny, give a penny.
Had to explain to her what it meant to drop the kids off at the pool. And she's like, you don't have any kids? She goes, what kids?
I live a sheltered life.
Wait, this Jim, spend a penny. So that's what so if you got to take a pee, you just say, I have to spend a penny. That means go take a pee. So I'm
writing it down, by the way. That's what
so I have to spend a penny while I'm dropping the kids off at the pool.
I've learned
pretty much says it all right there.
So much hanging out with Manny.
See, there you go, Jim.
The education I've got.
Think it's take a penny, leave a penny. Well, that's a little different. Donald, Donald, that's
true. That's in the store, though. You're not peeing on the store.
These wonderful, technology life that we live in. Of course, if you don't know it, just ask Siri, ask your phone, and all this stuff. But
she doesn't always. So
ask, what does that mean in slang in Canada when you say that? Because we were wondering, because what Jim said. And it said something about a penny. Anyways, long story short, Jim's right. Siri's wrong. So thank you, Jim. You guys have turkey today. At my age, it's not leaking, it's dried up. Whoa, okay. We're gonna hope you're talking about the turkey. That, you know what? I don't even want to talk about the turkey, right now. But Jim, I don't know if you saw that. Donald was wondering if you guys in Canada celebrating Thanksgiving, if turkey is on the menu for Jim Libel.
Like it typically
Amber.
is here.
What's that?
Like turkey's typically here. I haven't had turkey in years.
Please come over with
Skylar's
us.
on right now.
Oh, okay.
So
what's up, Skylar?
He's not on with us.
Well, I know, but just
okay.
what's up anyway. I'm just saying what's up, man.
You're sending out the energy.
This, even though we're live now, it'll be recorded sometime.
Yeah.
Spend a penny. So, okay, Amber. Now, if you're ever in Canada and you have to take a leak, just say, "Hey, got to spend a penny." Everyone will know that you have to use the bathroom to go pee.
Because I was using Tinkle.
Jim
like
says gobble gobble. And
so Jim, what's on the menu then for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Jim, did you leave us already? Yes. And
said I can't handle it anymore. I gotta go.
Who said that?
No, I'm just thinking.
No, he's right here.
I know, but he might be thinking
He said turkey and French fries and poutine. It just makes you smile. What are you having? Well,
okay.
Let's see. And there's Donald. A quick follow-up. French fries. Man, that sounds good. Anyways, but like I said, nephew Strongbow Lone Eagle Bo, who is in Connecticut, New Milford, Connecticut. I tell you, that my nephew is a worker.
He's getting off work late, running behind.
He just kicks ass. I mean, from sun up till sundown, and then at sundown he's not done because Coach, his uncle Tony Morrissey, it's work time when you come home, boy. Oh no, there's still hours left in this night. We are working on the backyard project, so Bo is out there busting his ass, along with Coach and the rest of the family, putting together that fountain and the weekend project. And it's been about 6 months, and still going at it. So love you, Coach. And Bo, not a big deal, brother. You know what? We'll get Bo back on here this week. Hopefully. But other than that, like I said, that's one thing that when I first started doing all this stuff, it was getting you. I mean, again, if you've never done something like this, it's your first time, don't know what to expect. You set up something, you expect to go through, but doing social media, and especially when you're doing it such as this, where you're dealing with people in different cities, states, countries, I mean, different time zones. Let's just say it doesn't always work out. And we were lucky. I was lucky because the first couple of months or so doing this on my own, I was just skating by, barely, whatever happened just happened, and things were working out. But as we started getting bigger, and some of the responsibilities and dates and times, and as far as being responsible and organized and on time, that ain't me. But it was okay, man, because you know what? It is what it is. People, like for me, as we were talking, Amber, we were discussing yesterday, the long run is without a doubt, man. I would love to be able to be in a position sitting down in front of a camera and a microphone and be able to do this for a living and to make income off of it, to support myself, and to just like a job, just like all of you doing whatever it is you do as a career. I would love that. And that's the end goal. But right now I've got Wolverine Harley Davidson is my primary job. So that's paying the bills, man. I have to do what I got to do, which sometimes you're there 8 hours, 10 hours, or whatever it is they need you. I'm there. And so that means from my schedule from like Tuesday to Saturday is usually up by 4:30, 5 o'clock. And, then from there to the gym, from the gym, grab something to eat, then to work. So from 5 a.m. until 6:30 at night, it's Harley working. Get home, jump in the shower real quick, grab something to eat, and then shows from 7 o'clock till whenever. And then
exhausted.
yeah. So then you're trying to answer comments and questions, do follow-ups for future shows. And now that we're doing stuff in New York with our brother Ian Bick and Matt Cronin, and the rest of the crew that's out in New York and Connecticut, gonna our good friend, our brother Dave Stevens at ESPN, Coach Tony Morrissey, same thing. There's a lot of people involved in this, and I tell you, who was it that we were talking to? Kaisa. It was when Kaisa and Jim were on the other night, and we were talking about burnout. I'm telling you, you're running on adrenaline, and because like I said, right there, and that's another reason, because Amber brought it up, we were discussing my brother's keeper, and it's just really difficult to do that, because on Mondays, with having some time to myself, now that's changed, where I didn't have as much time as I originally planned when I wanted to start up the new show, and unfortunately just can't do it. Literally ran out of hours. I ran out of hours in a day.
There's only 24 in a day. By the way, Christy she's not giving us the particulars, but she wants prayers. There's something going on, so we're going to send her love, prayers, positive energy.
Christy,
yes, that's.
I've been working 10 hours. Let's see.
But that's not it. It was earlier.
Oh, this isn't it.
It was earlier.
I've been working a lot. Feel like I live it. I hear you, Christy. But
I could use some prayers. God knows the situation. So.
Well, I tell you what, that's between you and God. Right? And but
who's better hands?
It's in God's hands. It could be none better. But Christy, just so you know, all of us at My Fighter War, all of us are definitely sending positive thoughts and prayers your way, to you, your family, and everyone.
Whoever needs it.
Let's just shoot it all out to Alabama. I kind of combined your name, Christy. I don't know if you heard that. Instead of Athens, Alabama, you are now just Alabama.
That way, at least he and I know what we're talking about.
Yeah, because most of the time I don't have a clue. So since I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time, and I never know what the hell OG is talking about any of the time, so since we are clueless, we figured, why not make the family clueless as well? So welcome to Alabama. But seriously, Christy, thoughts and prayers with you, the family, everybody. We love you, and you got this.
Love and light, girl. Love and light.
Oh, but yeah.
Anyway, one of the things I want to say, you're talking about the Athabascans. I got to get that, because that's not an easy word to say. Athabascans. That I always find it wonderful when they have a kill. They always thank the animal. It's just so. Yep, he's learning Athabascan. He repeats it. He goes over and over it.
I will sit there, and the Wolverine is Doyon. Doyon means big chief in Athabascan, because the Wolverine is one of the most feared animals. It's one of the strong. A 30-40 pound Wolverine will bring down an 800-900 pound grizzly, and kill it.
Tough critter.
I mean, a Susie-sized Wolverine. That's how vicious these things are. But the Wolverine's name in Athabascan is Doyon, big chief, boss. And I tell you, I absolutely love those shows, Donald. And just the respect and the love that is in the community itself as a whole is I just like everyone else, I've got my days, and with everything that's been going on lately, the last a bit going on with different things happening in my life, and then different opportunities and schedules, and
life.
It's
just a life.
It's just like you. I get a little frustrated, but I just sit down and I'll watch those, and you know what? It's all good.
Just the scenery itself puts them in a different place.
I'll sit there and they walk out, and it's like that's their view every time they walk out to, let's go to the backyard, and there's just these beautiful landscape. But but Christy, love you, man. And let's see. Oh, But we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, tell them
was
about your adventure this morning.
Yeah, you can see my hat. Just let's up and ride.
Mhm.
Let's just up and ride. And for all of you people who have rode as either riding a bike or as a passenger, first and foremost is safety, man. I have been to way too many funerals. I lost count, man. Um, and most of the time, it's not the rider's fault, for the ones that I've been part of. And I've almost been clipped quite a few times, including this morning. And
Mhm.
leaving breakfast, fired up the bike, pull out onto Gratiot, turning right. Now, when you pull out to where I was, it's Gratiot's two-way, but there's an island in the middle. So when you pull out, it's just northbound traffic, so that's all you got to worry about. So I'm pulling out here, and there was the driveway probably about 50 yards, 100 yards maybe in front of me, if that. So I'm waiting for traffic to clear. I pull out, turn to the right. I jump on it, and I'm in the second lane. And next thing you know, I'm looking, and there's a car that pulls out of the drive onto Gratiot. Not only, he doesn't even, or she, who I don't know who, pulls into the first lane and just continues to go right into the second lane, right at me. I mean, literally, front end was at my front tire. I swerved to the left, rode the line where a car backed off. I kind of rode the line between that bumper and this bumper, between the two, gunned it, got around the car as he, yeah. So, but you know what? It happens. If you're going to ride, expect the unexpected. I always tell people that are just starting, ride like nobody sees you. You have to assume that that you're just a big blind spot. You have to be prepared. I mean, don't be paranoid, just like I always say in life. Be aware. Aware of your surroundings. Don't put yourself in a blind spot situation. And yeah, so like I said, that was my morning wake up.
Oh, yeah,
no
really.
coffee needed after
How was
that.
your
Boy.
blood sugar?
Yeah. So, Katie, how you doing, Katie? Good to see you, and hopefully you and Danny and the kids, everyone is doing well. We are just doing a little Monday night. Hi, how you doing? Like I said, I know earlier I announced that we were going to have nephew Bo, Strongbow, Lone Eagle on. But like I said, you talk about a hard-working kid, boy. He's another one, sun up, sun down, like I said. But we will get him on again and chit chat about things that are going on in Connecticut, because the founder, or the Brian Cody Brothers and Sisters Foundation, which is huge. That's when we were there in August. That was a big few days, man. We're usually there 2-3 days tops. We were there more than that because we needed to be, because it was very important. Not even only that, I had the honor of being a guest speaker, and for that day. And who do I follow? Dave Stevens. Oh yeah, no pressure. So, for those of you who know Dave Stevens, who I was just talking about, the 7-time Emmy Award producer that works for ESPN. Yeah, that's who I had to follow as a guest speaker. What pressure could I possibly have? The man is insane. For those of you who know who he is, know exactly what I'm talking about. But for those of you who don't, I'll give you a little quick backstory on Dave Stevens. First of all, check him out, because you are not going to believe what you will see. First and foremost, you will notice a little difference about Dave, and that's because he was born with no legs. That's how he was born. It wasn't an accident or anything like that. It wasn't a illness. That's how he was born. And in his life, he has done more than probably most of us ever has physically. He played Division I football. He played baseball, wrestling, everything. He had a tryout with the United States baseball team, Olympic baseball team. Yeah, there were some guys, Daryl Strawberry, Hall of Famer, and some of these
Oh
guys.
yeah, we need to
That's
get a
who
hold of
he
him.
was on the field with. Did I mention he doesn't have legs? Oh yeah, and he was in right field, shagging fly balls. I mean, you kid me. So not only as far as his athletic abilities, what he had to deal with growing up, with Dave, you cannot say, look at Dave and his disabilities.
Yeah.
That would be a mistake.
Yeah, there is no disabilities.
In fact, I wouldn't even want to be in the room if someone said, "Oh no, you can't do that," because after he beat the shit out of you, he'd do it. And but he is a hell of a speaker. A motivational speaker. He goes around, and I tell you what, he is amazing with kids, just amazing. And you get some of these kids, and through the mouth of babes, man, you see these kids, and they see someone like Dave without legs. I mean, they don't get it. They see someone that tall, they think they're a kid. They don't understand at these ages. And some of the kids he's dealing with have disabilities, whether they're cognitive, physical, or both. Dave's right there, man, teaching them how to hit, teaching them how to play baseball. And, just the smile on his face when he's doing that is just amazing.
He's so patient.
But
he commands a room.
Yeah, when he's there,
he commands a room.
There is no all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute, I got to pay attention to this guy with no legs, for a pity thing. Not at all. Within minutes of talking, you don't know. You forget that he doesn't have legs. And so that's Dave Stevens. So please, if you guys get a chance, if you want something that is very inspiring, Katie, Christy, please check out Dave Stevens just for motivation, for support, for anything uplifting. I tell you what, Donald, Jim, really just check it out, man. I cannot say enough. And after all of that, he is, like I said, a 7-time Emmy Award producer for ESPN. So
guys got it going on.
We are working out the details. I talked to Dave a couple days ago about coming on, doing another. Dave was on our show in New York, our studio in New York. So it was great having him in person. It was an amazing show. Plus, go to My Fight or War on YouTube. You'll be able to see Dave. And like I said, we are going to have him come on, not this week, but sometime next week.
Yeah, sometime the week of the 20th.
We are going to, we're going to have him all set up to come on and tell more about himself and more about the things that he's doing with all the events that the man's part of. But and he is a freaking riot too. I mean, if you go to his page, the stuff you may see, the carousel where you go to pick up your luggage and it's going round and round on that carousel till you find yours and you pick it up. Well, there's Dave. And as it's coming around, all you see is a suitcase open, Dave in the middle of it, waving as it's going by in the suitcase on the carousel. It's just Dave.
If that doesn't get your attention,
there he is. And then he's at a golf outing.
Yeah, I love this one.
He's at a golf outing, and I can pretty much guarantee you every one of these were all of his ideas. I got an idea, and he was on the golf course, and there was this big ass sand trap that his buddies or whatever, he walked over, or he just
scooted over.
He jumped, ran over there. That man can move on his hands faster than we can on our feet. And he made it to like the center of the sand trap, stood there, and his buddies must have been around with the rakes, and they groomed it all around so you couldn't see any marks, any footprints, handprints, anything. And they backed way off, and all you see is Dave in the middle of the sand trap, literally just sitting there up to his waist, but he's not buried. He's just that's
Yeah.
just him because there's literally no.
Because there's nothing else
Oh
there.
my God, it is so damn funny.
Yeah.
But so yeah, check out Dave Stevens. You can Google his name, Dave Stevens, ESPN, My Fight or War, whatever it is. So
And tell him who came on Sunday. It's on that Matt dropped.
oh, that's right. This past
I started to
Sunday,
watch.
Where is my come on group? Let's get your little ass over here. He's feeling
He's not
a little
looking
left
at the
out.
camera, is he?
Oh, he will be. Whoop.
No, that way. There you go.
There.
Okay.
This past Sunday, what we've been doing to try to save, we're literally heading to New York. It was like every 5 weeks, every 6 weeks, and doing like 15 shows in 3 days. And by the end of that, I pretty much couldn't talk. And not only that, it's financially, it's a lot. But it's just to get our shows banked up because we would drop them every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We would drop the show of the people who come on the shows as guests in New York. So to kind of slow things down a little bit, especially now with the slowdown and the things going on with the TSA and the tower and all the stuff that's at the airports, we're dropping new episodes every other week.
Few weeks we're not going.
So instead of every Sunday, we just dropped one this past Sunday with Glenn Titus. Check it out. You talk about a good watch.
Good. He's good. And the guy the weekend before that, or the 2 weeks before that,
we have
blank on his name.
We've got so many guests that have been on
good ones
that from New York that we've met, and pretty much most of them, just like when we first get our family here, don't know who they are, until we meet you, right?
Yep,
And
yep.
With the stories, you just don't know what to expect. Sometimes you'll hear a little bit about someone's background. I usually meet with them for 10, 15, whatever it is, in the green room, in the lobby, before going into the studio. Just kind of just sit there, chit chat, get to know them, their personality. Sometimes they come in if it's their first show, second show, or even sometimes they just get nervous before going on. Just calm the nerves down, and you can kind of see and read how it's going to go. Like there's times where I'll do a show, and there might be times where because when you're hosting the show, it's different than being a guest on the show, obviously, because it's your guest's show. Like I always say, listen, I host it, but you're the star of it. And they're here to hear you, not me. But there's been times where, and because I've had people in the past say, you were talking a lot, but what they didn't see is before the editing is the guest was, nervous and
uncomfortable.
And it'd be one of these things like, so, I swear I had this one guest who, I'm not going to mention any, names, but was telling, all I kept hearing is, it's unbelievable. My story, prison, the things I saw, about. This and that, it was incredible how I'm still here. The stuff that I saw, the stuff that
we're like, whoa, this is like, holy crap. Great.
So, okay, man, we get into the studio and, I'm like, let's just hear a little bit about yourself. Why don't you just tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and just a little bit about yourself. And this person literally said, I'm so-and-so from Connecticut.
Okay.
Crickets. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, thank you for coming on the show. And here, we get all these different stories and back and forth and all that stuff. And it's like, we usually start out just getting to know how were things as a youngster growing up, just to see if there's any type of pattern with, is this something that you grew up in this environment or is this later in life? He goes, yeah, it wasn't bad growing up. And see, and then here I am jumping in, trying to pull the next one. So there's a lot of me ripping out just
pulling
to get
out
a 2-word answer.
But we never did find out what was so fascinating.
Yeah, he never. We literally had to cut the episode, unfortunately. it's just because I literally, we got nothing. I mean, he kept saying, the stories from jail were insane. It was just insane. So I got to that part. Okay. So you're in jail now, and the things that you saw, the things that you did. Oh yeah, man. Oh my God. Okay. Well, you know what? For our viewers who have never been arrested or jailed, don't have any clue, why don't you tell us, what were some of the worst things that you saw, that you for either saw or were a part of? Oh my, Manny, it was insane. Cut.
Oh, it was painful.
Oh, but that's all good, man.
Actually, I'll say everybody else you've ever had has been very good.
We've been very, very
really
lucky.
That was difficult. That was a painful one.
Yeah, out of all of them, there was really only, the one.
Yeah.
And even the ones that you would think that are, just a little bit, you don't know how they're, anyone's going to react.
How it's going to go.
Well, you know what? They are just fine, because just like I tell everyone, you never know who's going to react, how they're going to react, or who's going to react to something they either say or hear. And that's what happened. Someone will be watching it. It'll be like, hey, I just saw so-and-so on the show, and it was the recorded version, but something he said really got my attention. And, so it's like, you just never know. Like I always tell people, don't ever cut yourself short by saying my story doesn't matter. Yeah. All of our stories matter.
You got the right words for the right ears. You just match them up, and it's a win-win.
Yep.
But like, we've got a young lady coming on. I'm not sure in the next 2 weeks or 4 weeks. Tammy, Dana Knowles' mom, right. And because she's excited, like, when is it going to drop? I don't know. When's it going to drop? Yeah. I don't. But she was great. I think she was a little bit nervous when she came on.
You know what
started? She was wonderful.
And her daughter Dana was on as a previous guest, and again, talking. And Dana just came right out and said, "I'm so damn nervous." She was sitting there fidgeting all over the place, and she was just I tell you what, wonderful. She was incredible. And when you're doing these stories, it's like you don't have to worry about memorizing a script. It's not like, because it's your story to tell, how you want to tell it and what you want to tell or not tell. That's one thing, that's great about this is it's your story, man. And so, yeah, Dana came on and she was telling us about her mom and how her story was incredible, because we were actually hearing about the mom through Dana's story about herself. So I was getting this like little preview going back and forth, and it really went well. And sure enough, her mom came on, and man, you talk about an intense story. It went from, hearing it was an eye opener. There were times, and she is another one, said how nervous she was. There were some parts of her story where I was just like, and just shocked, because it just didn't seem real. It almost seemed like a script from a movie, just the things that she was telling me. And then she was crying, and then she was laughing, and all these emotions. But my God, you talk about hitting it right on the head. She was amazing. So Tammy, she got a hold of us because, like I said, this was one of our shows that we did in New York. And when we do those, like this obviously is all recorded, or I'm sorry, all live. In New York, everything's recorded and then dropped at a later date. So
we don't know the date they're going to drop.
Yeah. So, the date, it's going to be soon, because she was there with this last bank of shows with Glenn that it just dropped yesterday. So it's going to probably be
okay. The one dropped yesterday, the 12th, correct? So it's either going to be October 26th or November 9th.
So Tammy, if you happen to see this, just know that the gentleman Glenn Titus, who was incredible, and just an awesome individual as well. You're on that group. So
And didn't we
it's gonna
find
be soon.
Dana from Diane?
And we found
think.
Glenn through Diane.
Because we found Dana through
This
Diane,
is just
but then
like what's
Dana,
that with
when she came on to talk to us, she ended up knowing Coach Tony.
Yep.
Small world.
Yep. She was
It's amazing.
well, hell, that's like we were talking about with Skylar Davis is in the house. Skylar Ray.
Wait a minute, Skylar, you're supposed to be doing a show. What are you doing here?
Well, wait a minute. Oh no,
Trouble
it is him.
Yeah.
I looked. It said Amber,
Would you
but
cut
no,
it short?
it's Amber here, and then we got Skylar there.
All right.
What's going on, brother?
Are you through traveling all over the country?
Yeah. What number are
Yeah.
you on right now? I saw. Man, I got some in my freaking eye.
Uh-oh.
What number are you on now? But Tammy, real quick. Just so you know, like I said, or Dana, or anybody that sees this, as far as for Tammy wondering about the show, you are all on that same batch that we did the last time we were in New York. So Tammy, bottom line is you are going to be on soon. I did my live, had to pop in, show me love. All right. Well,
we're supposed to go live at 6.
Yeah, we've actually.
So we could have actually popped in, but but no.
Yeah, we the nephew Strongbow Lone Eagle was going to pop on and go over some stuff with Coach and all that stuff.
He was working hard, was running late, and he said, "I can't."
So he was supposed to come out at 6 and gave us a heads up that he was still working. It was going to be late. And I tell you, he works his ass off. So that's all right.
Okay, Scott says tour number 115. He thinks, wow.
114.
115.
Oh, well.
115.
Amber said 114.
Well,
so
Amber's probably right. Okay.
I would say, don't mess
Amber's
with
got
Amber.
It together,
she
baby.
Says, you're on 114. See that? Hey, Amber, why don't you give him shit about his memory mints?
Yeah.
Huh? Come on, fair's fair. I don't care how much younger
and
he is.
He's just a young boy.
That's right. He has to get a stronger dose of memory mints. He's got no excuse.
Okay. Says we got a college in
Washington. You say you're probably right.
Nebraska and Texas. Oh, okay. Still a lot of traveling.
Yeah, it did what?
If you read it, if you find it says we have a college.
Oh, wait, hold on a minute. It's
find it.
Here it is.
You can find it.
We have a college in Washington left. Nebraska, Texas after that. Then off till January.
All right. So you can take a breather.
Yeah, we're
spend time with pound cake.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Susie's actually been getting a little bit of loving here from the viewers too, man. She was on Sunday when she walked across and just sat with her butt right in the camera. And then today out on the balcony with me and the geese. So.
And Amber says your job is getting in the way of you doing
Amber, I agree. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Do we have controversy here? It says
well, you love controversy, so go for it.
Controversy brings about conversation. 114 was the last show, which means we are at 115. Memory mints for everyone on the house. I can't believe you fell for it. Wow.
Okay. I still a lot of shows though.
I was joking around at work, Amber, about those mints and how that day we were talking, and I said, "Yeah, what the hell did I go? Oh, that's right, I forgot my memory mints in the truck." And the guy Jesse I work with is just like, every time I talk to Jesse, he just shakes his head. It's a Jerry Springer moment between Skylar Davis and I. There you go. Oh, Lordy. I hope you guys are all doing well. I tell you, with all this stuff that's going on and this crazy world of ours, it's good to be able to just kick back and,
relax,
laugh, just relax and,
chuckle,
be together with family.
Spend a penny.
Talk about whatever it is going on. Focus on what's most important, and that is first and foremost ourselves. which no, it's not, selfish, because I've had people in the past when I was talking about that. And I had this person, we were commenting back and forth, and he said that, he goes, one thing I had to learn to do is put myself first and everyone else, last, is, even in the family. And someone commented that he was wrong and how terrible that was. And so right there, you get one in every bunch. But I reassured him, man, when it comes to dealing in recovery, and everyone knows this, when you're dealing in recovery, you come first. And that's just that. But you know what? To each their own, right?
Correct.
Rocket.
Oh, yeah, Rocket.
I want to also, I have to give credit where credit's due, and that is to Vincent. Vincent and his Kansas City Chiefs beat our Lions.
Oh, baby.
And but hey, you know what? It was a good game. And you know what? It was a bad week for us in Michigan, with our Tigers losing, the Lions losing, Michigan State lost, U of M lost.
Oh, yeah,
pretty much. If you're a bet man and you were doing a parlay, or you were doing any bets and you were doing something silly like that, well, there's a Gamblers Anonymous, and you could jump right on in. Oh, what does it say? Kayla and I have Groot tattooed on our sides.
Seriously?
There you go.
Oh my goodness!
I tell you that.
I like.
And yes, the Red Wings are doing. I tell you what, these fair weather fans crack me up, man. Just like when the Lions lost against Green Bay that first game, they're like, "Oh, the season's over. They suck. They suck. They suck." Then they win the next 4, and they're like, "We're going to the Super Bowl." They lose last night. They suck. And the Wings,
make up your mind,
playing against Montreal, an original 6th, opener the other night, and we get hit with the first goal. Larkin scores, places going nuts, and then we got our butts kicked. But it was the first game. But people are already, see that, Eiserman? It's just, listen to these guys on the radio crack me up. But I'm a glutton for punishment, because every morning I'll put it back on and take my punches. But
yeah, I don't know why he listens to it, because it makes him so angry. And it's like, why do you listen to these people that you think are so stupid?
Well, you know why? It's just entertainment, man.
We had
Jim was on earlier, Jim Leibel from Canada,
yeah.
And they're celebrating their Thanksgiving. And a couple days ago, when did we have them on? Jim and Kaisa. Today's Monday.
We had them on Friday.
On
the 10th.
We had Jim and Kaisa on, and I know we're in the talks with Tim. Did he give? Is
Tim
there a date?
And yeah, let me find it.
Or is it?
Let me see.
Tim, who is the producer of Talking Trash and the master of editing and promos and all this, man. I mean, this stuff.
October 20th, the Monday.
October the 20th, Monday.
Next Monday.
Huh?
Next
Monday, the 20th, we've got Tim Schneider and Will from Talking Trash, who are going to be coming on and going over some of the stuff they have happening over at Talking Trash. Tyler Thompson just had on Thomas Vestergaard on Knocking Out Addiction with the one and only Tyler Thomason. I can tell you, man, he said he's usually pretty good. He sends me these morning messages and all that, Tyler does. And I still remember when he brought up that time, I'm starting a podcast. And he goes, I'm calling it Knocking Out Addiction. Oh, like, perfect. Mm-hmm. So great job, Tyler, man. So happy for you. Proud of you, man. Within a few conversations, you went from originally telling me, man, I want to do shows like you guys. I want to do podcasts. Like, man, do it. And then every time I talked to him for the next couple of months, he never said a peep, not a word. It was like, that's okay. That's all right. It's his life to do what he wants. And then out of nowhere, he fires up with I am going to start training at a gym and start working out. And I want to get trained for MMA just out of nowhere. It was like, hell yeah. So he hit me up on a couple of messages just talking about it. And you could tell he was just excited just by his comments. And we chit chat a little bit. And I remember we were talking and he said something about, again, doing the MMA and the training. And I said, Tyler, I got to tell you what did you just tell me when you were on the show? That for years you were getting your ass kicked by addiction.
Right.
It's time for you to start kicking ass.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I said, but I come to find out, and here's where it goes right into all of us, how our words matter. He was on with Kalisha and Calico over at Pine Case Podcast. And I was watching it, and they were talking about him and what he was doing. And she brought up the MMA training, and out of nowhere, all of a sudden he goes, yeah. And he goes, I just want to, thank Manny Vitale, my fighter award. I was like, what the fuck did I do? And he goes, yeah, I was talking to him about it. And he said, I told him about wanting to start training again. I mean, getting in the gym, man, that's step one, and just go for it. And then the MMA and the grappling and the wrestling and the punching. And he said, Manny said, you know what, Tyler? He goes, all this time you've been taking shots and getting your ass kicked by addiction. Why don't you start kicking addiction's ass? And he goes, something just
took him at his word. Okay.
And so that meant a lot, man. I got a hold of Tyler right after that, and I told him how much I appreciated that. And
that's good. He was good.
See, and that's what I mean too about when you want to start.
Wait a minute. Huh? Where is he? He's normally here.
When we want to share stuff with people, just think about how many times you see something out of the blue where people share something. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, and if it's something where you got a lot of different people all commenting, it's usually drama or something negative or something bad, because that's when everyone can jump on. It's easy to jump on someone when they're down. We all know that, someone's down, kick them when they're down and all that shit. And that's how, hey, you know what? I'm not going to fucking lie. Back in my not so pleasant days, you didn't want to be around me, because if you were whining like a bitch, I didn't care. I'm not going to lie about it. That was me. That was me back in the day. Mm-hmm. But the one thing I did notice, over the sobriety and doing these shows is sitting back, watching the news, sitting back, watching social media, how much coverage negative shit was getting and how little the positive stuff was getting. Mm-hmm. Because the negative, everyone wants to sensationalize and how terrible this was. And you know what? We all know how bad is. But then, that's why when I do something that makes me happy, I share it with everybody. When I go down to Father Solanas, and there's probably people who can't stand it, don't like it, for whatever reason, and that's fine. But it makes me happy. So why would I not want to share that with someone? But here, if I'm pissed off at the world, what do I want to do? Share it with the world. Here, look at Manny's post. I'm all pissed off at so. Can you believe this person said this about that person?
Turn it off.
It's just negative. So you see that, and you already get in one of those moods. No, man. Instead, it's like, here I am out walking these courtyards of Father Solanas. Mm-hmm. It is so funny because when I'm down there, like all short sleeves and stuff, all tatted up, people get this preconceived notion, there's a guy with tattoos at church. And this actually happened to me twice. And cookies in the house. And Cookie, we were supposed to have Bo, but that poor boy was busy. So we're going to give him a day off.
Maybe he was afraid because he thought you might
come on.
He thought
you were going to come on. But that actually happened to me 2 times. The first time, this was probably 25 years ago or so. I was at church, and I was going that day on Saturdays. And when those of you go to church, man, you got your almost like assigned seating. Everyone sits in the same spots. And I remember I was working with a friend of mine who's a doctor, and I was doing rehab and recovery training, physical therapy. I was taking care of this older lady who had some hip problems, back problems, and just the sweetest lady. And I'm talking to her, and and I had her for like 2 months working on her. And she started talking about religion and church, and she goes, yeah, she goes, you know what, faith and religion, it's for everybody, and it's this, just go back and forth. And she goes, I noticed you've got some tattoos, because at work I would have like a long sleeve t-shirt, but I just pull it up a little bit, if and then sometimes, depending, I just whatever. But she saw my tattoos, and she brought that up, and she said, yeah, there's this couple that goes to church, and they're there every Saturday, and they got the leather jackets on, and then when they take them off, they both got tattoos. And I go, yeah, I go, see, we go to church too, us people. And she's laughing, and she goes, yeah. I go, where do you live? And she goes, St. Clair Shores. Well, that's where I grew up, so I knew the churches in that area. I go, oh, what church do you go to? And she goes, St. Germain Church. I was like, you go Saturday at 5:00? And she goes, yes. I go, do the couple that you're talking about sit, if you walk in the back on the front towards the left? She goes, yes. I go, that's me. It was me. And yeah, so yeah, there you go. That was the first time. And the second one was recent, and it was with all of you who know the Apple Annie's, for breakfast and all that, and the wonderful staff that they have. They're like family. They are family. So I'm sitting there, we're talking to our friend Lisa, and the same thing at church. I usually get there like in the past, I would get there an hour early and just sit. That was my happy time, just to reflect. And many, many moons ago, I had these 5 ladies, my 5 grandmas, that sat right behind me, and they got there the same time. And for an hour, we would just sit and talk, and it was the happiest I'd be. I would look forward to Saturday so much, just to sit and talk with them. And so this, fast forward now to this, I'm at Apple Annie, and we're talking to Lisa, and he goes, man, I know you go to church. She goes, do you still go to, which is now called Our Lady of Hope? I go, well, yeah. And she goes, that's what I thought. And she goes, where do you sit? And I was like,
here we go again.
I said, well, if you walk in the back, up towards the left and towards the front. And she goes, right by a pole right there. I go, yeah. And she goes, my grandma and my dad sit right in front of you. And I always, for the longest time that they've been going, that's where we sit. Every time, I can't remember how it happened. One time, just hi, how you doing? Then plus shaking hands with them. But just started chit chatting a little bit. And her grandma is so sweet. She'd always give me just a big hug, for all you Catholics, peace be with you and all that. So here she, was again she goes, yeah, my grandma said there's this guy that sits behind us, and he's got tattoos all over his arms, but he is the nicest guy. She goes, I always look forward to seeing him, and he talks with me and your dad, and I always give him a big hug, during the mass where it says peace be with you. So the following Sunday, I come walking in, and she already told her grandma. So I turn around, and there they are. I get up, and she goes, Manny, and grabbed me and just started hugging me. She's just the sweetest lady. Like I said, I know that was about 3 minutes of your life you'll never get back.
No,
but
it's a sweet
again,
story.
it just means a lot. Something now, if I would have had someone tell me 6 years ago that I was going to tell that story and I would actually care about it, I would have laughed in their face. Fast forward till right now, sitting there with a 90-some-year-old lady and looking forward to giving her a hug and just telling her, have a great day. And, I love you. And just to see the smile makes my day. So life is good.
Every day.
Oh, and Cookie says he does work hard. Fine young man.
Because Amber was saying how his work schedule got messed up the show. Your work schedule messes up some of the shows. It's like work gets in the way. Well, yeah, sometimes.
Did you see this? Hold on, Amber. Oh, what the heck? Hold on a second. What happened?
What'd you do?
Amber,
Did you
Manny Vitale is probably always sitting near confession. You know what? Actually, it's
oh my goodness.
1, 2, 3, 5 rows from the front where the door is for confession. So Amber, you are correct.
Yeah, but do you ever go and confess?
No.
No, okay.
But you know what though, Father John?
They don't have enough time.
I mean, they're like, dude, you know, come on, man, you've been in here a week. You know, it's like I ordered Uber. You know, I mean, we've got Grubhub on the way. But and you know what? I've said this many times, and I'll always say it when it comes to my fight or war, we will never like you know, go into politics and religion as far as telling somebody, you know, you must be this religion and this political belief and this. Hell no. But when it comes to being proud of your religion and all that, of course we're going to talk about all that stuff. And Amber, a sleeping bag, nothing, man. You're going to have to get the what are those beds? The temper pure.
No, there's things that you can blow up.
Well, no. This has to be like the $2,000 top of the line
Tempur-Pedic.
Yes, they're gonna have to get that, and we'll get some bunks in there. You know, Father, yes, Manny, I'm not done yet.
Because it would be his story, like he's told us, but all the stuff that he can't tell.
Oh yeah, all the stuff that I can't talk about. Good Lord. But
he won't. He won't talk. He won't never.
No, there's a huge chunk of my life that I can't talk about, you know? And it's regarding the police department and the highwaymen. That's and okay. I can't, and I won't, and that's the end of that.
It's kind of like a HIPAA violation.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But yeah. So and you know, it's so funny because our priest at our church, Father John. Well, of course, everyone's younger than me. But besides being this young dude. It sounds weird called the priest of dudes. But he's ripped. He's a big time weightlifter, which seems funny when I look down the aisle and here comes our priest who is jacked. I mean, he's got big shoulders, and we have gotten to know each other since he took over after my best friend Father Jim passed of 30 years. It seems kind of crazy when people see me and meet me. They're like they would see me pull up because me and Father Jim would meet once a month for lunch at Apple Annie's. And here in the summer, I'd pull in on my Harley, get off my bike with my leather vest on, full of tats, and wait outside for Father Jim. He'd get out of his car. We'd go walking in together to have lunch. So here's Father Jim in his, priest outfit. And here's me. And people are just like, is he mugging the priest? Father Jim, are you okay? Do you feel safe? But ever since Father John has come here, the man, I mean, he's a guy, he's human, he's a man, and just working out, talking about lifting weights. And Father John is a huge Lions fan, Amber, and the robes that they have been wearing because of the different times of the year and all that, these right now are green and like white, green, and gold, which are the colors of the Green Bay Packers. A couple weeks back, way back our first game against the Packers, here's how he started his sermon. We all stand upwards, and he goes, okay, in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Okay, just to get the story straight, I was made to wear these colors. I am not a Packers fan. That's how he started his sermon. King Handsome, whoa, is in the house. How you doing, man? We got Skylar, we got Amber. Is the other shenanigator here, Jacqueline?
Nope.
Well, I tell you, we've got Amber, who is enough for multi-shenanigators. Amber is like a multi-shenanigator, and so she can hold her own, that's for sure. Agnes, work gets in the way. That damn work, I'm telling you. And there's a picture. If you guys haven't seen it, Amber, I'm not sure if you saw it or anyone else about with Woe and his baby. And
what a cute
sleeping on his chest. And or I don't know if she's sleeping, but laying on his chest. It's a great picture, man. So check out that page, man. It is an awesome picture. So Whoa, love you, man. Your pictures, your your little girl, we got you, and so you get to show off that beautiful family. Where us, I got Susie the Wonder Dog, Skylar's got Pound Cake. Well, as she's,
I got Rocket.
I got Groot. There.
So there. No, Aunt Cookie was saying how that she's for Bo, that he does work hard. He's a fine young man. I said, absolutely.
Oh,
he's come amazing. A long way in his life.
And
he hasn't been around that long. He's not that old. He's not even 21 or.
You guys have seen Bo on here, and he was another one who did our show. And I tell you, it's just amazing. I am so proud of him. I love him so much. Sitting in that studio with him when I had Bo on as a guest, hearing his story as a 4-year-old, 3-year-old, being thrown to the ground as bullets were being ripped through his house, because of because of drug debts and other issues. And his then waking up to a boulder laying next to his head because he was afraid to sleep in his room. And Bo will be 22 in December. And Cookie said he was afraid to sleep in his room because of bullets flying through the window. He'd sleep on the floor in the living room. Well, someone threw a boulder through the front picture window and it landed next to his head. And it just gets worse. He would hear shooting, look out the window. There would be people jacked up on whatever they were on, wearing bulletproof vests with little 22s, shooting each other for fun. Then he would watch the party store burn down because someone walked across the street that shouldn't have and disrespected them. And then, wait, there's more.
Yeah.
He was living next door to his aunt, and his mom and dad told him, Bo, go next door and wake up your aunt to come over. Bo, and this is in the studio, he's telling me this. He walked in and then came back by himself. And they're like, well, where is she? And he said, oh, Auntie is laying in the bed, blue, with a needle in her arm. She's dead. Just like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, she's laying in bed, blue, with a needle in her arm. She's dead. This is now, I think he might be much older. I think he may have been 10 or 11.
Much older.
And saw that. Coach and Mimi are the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. Literally went from a mixed marriage. He had 2 children. She had 3. Coach and Mimi get married. They've got 5. Wait a minute. 5. And within 30 days, they went from 2, 3 to 5 to 10. Bo and his siblings were being taken away and about to go into foster care. Coach and Mimi just got married, less than 30 days of blending their family together. And they both didn't think twice about it and took on 5 more kids. And
so they didn't have to go to Child Protective Services.
Yes.
Kept them together.
And just sitting there were a couple times I had to stop not stop it, but I stopped just to kind of regroup and remembering, well, wait a minute, I've got a show going here. But that's, and I, from that day on, man, along with Jaden and Mason and Rach and Maddie, and the other, kids
Amelia and Bug
over at the Morrissey home. I just love them. Like I said, they're my family. And you talk about a heartwarming experience. Coach and Mimi took us out on the boat last 2 times ago when we were there. And Jade and Mason, after we got back, they wanted to run around by the swings and all that. Plus, they were taking me up where the restroom was. And on the way, the one, he's like, look over here, watch me on the slide, watch me this. And all of a sudden he goes, Uncle Manny. And I didn't say anything. And he just looked at me. And he started laughing and he went and did it. And then I come walking back out and he comes over and he kind of grabbed my hand And he goes, "Is it okay if we call you Uncle Manny?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" As tears coming down. So all of a sudden, one of them took off and started running. So I had one of them with me, and here's Mimi. She's like, "Hey, where's the other one?" Like, I don't know. I gave him a pair of scissors, told him to go run around in the dark. And she's like, "What?" I go, "Hey, that's my nephew now. I can do what I want. You parent your way, I'll parent mine." And so I remember after that first encounter with Bo, I just I usually, "Hey man, love you, brother," and I go, "Well, shit, man, he's like old enough to be my son," and I just said, "Love you, nephew, man," and ever since then, he's like Uncle Manny, and every time, man, I swear to God, I know I'm getting older, but and it's just because it's dusty a lot that these eyes water. It's not that I'm sensitive or have feelings or anything like that.
Baby.
I feel like the Grinch, that I never laughed at that movie before, the Grinch, or never even really, but now I love all those shows. But that part where he's laying there, and he's like, "Oh," he's screaming. He goes, "What is going on? Oh no, I have feelings." I swear to God, and I'm not kidding. The past couple years, I have actually been living
developing a heart.
Shut up.
It's growing.
No, I'm not. I admit to nothing.
Yeah.
But seriously, man, it's just like, wow, this is what,
Anyway, the gang is probably tired of hearing about Bo, but I want to say one more thing about this young man. Because the last time we were there,
we talk about everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead.
We do, but we're kind of spending a lot of time on him because he was supposed to be here. But anyway,
I had all the stuff ready.
On our last day, we're getting ready to fly out. He wants to go out to breakfast with us, and I'm thinking, we thought maybe he was going to bring Coach along or something like that. No, it was just him. He wanted to come out to breakfast with Manny and I, and I thought, here is this 21-year-old kid hanging around with these almost one senior citizen and one senior citizen to be, I mean. Just a nice kid, raised so well.
Yeah, a great, and like I said, he was going to be on tonight, so that's why there's a lot of this stuff was on my mind that we were going to talk about. So, but anyways, and plus we got Aunt Cookie there. Mm-hmm. But man, we
talked about Tyler, but he wasn't here.
Yeah, Tyler. Actually, I thought I saw his name.
Yeah, he is here. But we were talking about you earlier, Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. Were your ears ringing, man? We were talking about you. We were talking about knocking out addiction. We were talking about you being on Kalisha and Calico's podcast, Pine Case podcast. Mm-hmm. Actually, I was talking about you when how you brought up your MMA. And that was just me and you chit-chatting, man. And next thing you know, here you are training, fighting. Mm-hmm. And not only that, hosting your own podcast.
There you go.
So really proud of you, man. You
and working your full-time job.
Doing all that.
Oh, there was a big discussion tonight about working that,
Yeah.
Amber really wishes that none of us had to work. We could just be online all the time.
Oh man, I tell you, if this here doing this, and I can honestly say from watching from some of the very best. I mean, my brother Ian Bick, who is just crushing it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at his numbers, man. And if it wasn't for Ian, I wouldn't be doing some of this stuff, because a year ago, this past 4th of July weekend was when I met him. It's only been a year in July. And we met because I was a guest on his show. Prior to that, did not know him personally. Of course, I knew who he was, but next thing you know, we're chit-chatting, and he wanted to, hear the details about my story, and I told him. Well, next thing you know, he's like, "Listen, man, I do all my shows in person." He goes, "But I'd really love to have you come out and do your show here, or be on his show." And for the July weekend, a year passed, went out there. We talked for about a good half hour or so before the show, did an hour and a half show, and then talked for another half hour afterwards. just really hit it off, man. And next thing you know, he's like, listen, I've got another studio next to my office. It was the studio we were in. The next one was his office. And then next to that's another studio. He goes, we come out, you come out here. It's your studio. You can use it anytime you want.
It's
And
very generous. Very generous.
to do that, and not only that, he was never going on live and doing stuff with people. Called him up, let's go live. Sure as shit, he went live with me, and next thing you know, went to dinner with him and his dad, talking about what I wanted to do as far as My Fight Our War. I told him. He's texting the whole time I'm talking to him. I'm like, what's going on? He was texting his best friend, who you all know as, we know him as Matt Cronin out in Connecticut. They know him as Matty Ice, our producer. And so now, I mean, you talk about being blessed. I mean, here went from a tripod, a cell phone, doing shows, to having 2 studios. And what a blessing. The people that have been put in my life, to say blessed is such an understatement. And I mean, the proof's in the pudding, man. King Handsome, Skylar, Amber, Jacqueline, Tyler, Donald,
Yeah, Cookie.
Yeah, Cookies, Bo, Coach, Dave Stevens, AJ Galante, Leroy Ebron, Coach Dave. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And I know I'm forgetting people, and I'm sorry. But anyways,
they all know you love them. They all know.
It's so funny when I first started doing this almost 3 years ago. Well, when I started my fight, but it'll be, I don't know. I did take my mints. I can't remember shit. But yeah, so just doing this, I didn't have as many connections. So I'd rattle off the 3 or 4 that I had, I'd be done. And now it's just like,
yeah.
Dan and Donna, Hard Knocks, Brad McLeod, Sober School.
Okay.
Cat, Sober Patrol. Okay, I'm going to stop.
Yeah, stop.
But anyways, it's been an hour and 17 minutes. And Rocket, Sunflower, Groot, Susie the Wonder Dog said, it's time to go. So thank you guys for popping on, man. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the post that you shared. King Handsome, whoa, those pictures of you and your family, your baby are just incredible.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Amber, your
good
support,
work, Dad.
motivation, and everything that definitely appreciate you and the Shenanigators, Jacqueline, and like I said, and Cookie, all of you, man. This family, and God willing, one day this will be 24/7. This will be the full-time gig. Oh, are you serious, Kalisha, honey? Now you come on just as we're getting ready to go. But if your ears must have been ringing, because I've been talking about you and Calico for the last hour. so I hope that was it. But yeah, we were talking about you, Calico podcast, and just the incredible job that you guys got going on. Really, I know that Calico's got a shit ton of stuff happening, but definitely need to get Kalisha to come on. We'll get you on here. Let me know when you're available, man. Make it happen. But other than that, we are about to wrap it. So, Kalisha, love you, honey, and look forward to talking to you soon and get you back on here. And
when you can stay longer.
And Kalisha, that's another thing. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
She's Canadian also.
We are gonna have some poutine.
Canada.
All right. Well, listen, man. Love you guys so much. Have a great night. And yes, it's Monday, so we will be popping on again during the week. Yeah. It'll be later on probably, but love you guys, man. And as always, man, you know how it goes. Addiction is only a word. It is not a death sentence. And keep fighting the good fight. Love you guys.
Bye now.